And good afternoon, San Antonio. Welcome to the Happy Handyman Show. I'm Trudy Chook, broadcasting live from Johnny Chook's Home and Hardware. We're located at 2361 Northwest Military Highway, which is about 2 miles north of Loop 410, right past the light at Lock Hill, Selma. If you're coming from 1604, you just take the Northwest Military Highway exit, and we are 9 lights in. The store will be open today till 6:30 and tomorrow for your convenience 11 to 5. Anything I talk about, and if you want to call the store right now, the number is 210-341-1573. You can ask them a question, or as soon as I'm off the air, I stay here for about another hour and be happy to take your questions then. I didn't think we were going to be on the radio today. I am so glad the producer gave me a little call and said, "Hey, are you going to do a show today?" And I was lit. I didn't know I had a show. I thought we were preempted. So, yay, we're on. Because I had so many things I wanted to talk to y'all about. And now I get to share that. You know, let me tell you something. I've been in the hardware business, lumberyard business, since I was since I was 25 years old. My dad asked me to be a part of his company, and I reluctantly said okay. And because I was a teacher, and teachers didn't make a whole lot of money back then. In fact, we made $600 a month, which I don't know how I know that was a long time ago when I was 25, but still $600 was not a lot of money. And so my dad asked me to be a part. And I cannot tell y'all how much I have enjoyed and loved being a part of this organization. This is a family-owned business. It's me and my mom now. And I look forward to getting to talk to y'all on the radio, because the radio has been where Acme Lumber and Johnny Chook's Home and Hardware reaches out. And the fact that I get to be on WOAI, where I started like a million years ago, is so wonderful. So, you ever get a chance to call them at WOAI and tell them you like something? I think that they would like to hear that you enjoy watching and listening to the show. And when I say watching, it's because right now we are also broadcasting live on Facebook. I've already had one person jump on. If you are just sitting around and sitting down for a minute, tune us in. Those of you that do jump on, share it to your Facebook. And so that way other people get to see, because if you're a good friend and you get some good information, you'd want your friends to know, right? All right, so let's talk about something. Now, I know it is like 70 something outside, and you're saying, Trudy, I can't even think about cold weather right now. But the last thing you want is for it to sneak up on you. So we are completely stocked up on these items. The first one I want to show you is the Thermo Cube. I want to talk to you. I'm showing it to people on Facebook, okay? But those of you that are listening, a Thermo Cube is a thermostatically controlled outlet. So what does that mean? That means it's controlled by the temperature. So if it gets real cold, hi Sarah, hi Roy, then this outlet comes on. And you say, okay, but why do I care about that? How many of you have either one, like a pump house, a well house, and if it freezes and you haven't been out there to make sure there's a heater out there, you have no water? That's what happens to a lot of people. Or if you have a boat that's water kind of stays in a boat, and if it freezes, that's not good. If you have a greenhouse and all of a sudden the temperature drops very suddenly and you weren't aware that that was going to happen, that's where a Thermo Cube is so great to have. So you can just have it plugged in, plug your heater into it, or if you just want a floodlight in there or something like that, if that's enough heat for you, then when the temperature drops to 32 degrees, and that is the outside temperature, your plug will come on, which turns on your heater, turns on your lamp, okay? Then when it gets to be 38 degrees and warming up, it will shut off, okay? They're just, that way you don't have to think about it. You don't have to be laying down in bed and going, oh, is everything on outside in case it freezes tonight? So these Thermo Cubes, these are great to have around the house. And it plugs into one and it gives you 2 outlets. So they're great to have. And you know, if you've got a friend and they lost their water last year, buy them one. Give it as a gift. They would love it. All right, now, let's talk about freeze misers, okay? A freeze miser is one of the most economical ways to save your pipes from freezing. Okay, these are your outdoor pipes. And the outdoor pipes, all you have to do is you put it on just like if you put this freeze miser on just like if you were going to hook up a garden hose, okay? And then you turn your water on. If it's not cold, nothing will happen. Absolutely nothing. But the minute the temperature starts dropping into where it's going to be freezing, this freeze miser will start to drip, okay? Now, if it stays icy for 2 or 3 days, just remember that water is going to build up and freeze. So just be careful walking around it. But this freeze miser, I tell you, the year that we had so much snow, remember anything froze so bad? If I'd have had 1,000 of these, I could have sold 1,050. So we just got our first order in, and I got 2 different sizes this time. So I got singles, okay, and they sell for like $30.99. And then I got doubles, because most everybody has at least 2 faucets on the outside. I have 3, and I just have this little small garden home. And so I put them on the front and put them in the middle and in the back. And now you can also use it like if you have a small leak in your faucet, like it's dripping and you can't shut it off, put a freeze miser on it right now. It won't drip at all, okay? It will not drip at all. It just kind of acts like a stop is what it does. But these freeze misers, one is $30.99, and then you get a deal if you buy 2. They're like $59.99 for 2, so you save $1. So these are something, hi Mark, hi Bonnie. These are things that are great to just keep around the house. And then once the season is over, keep the packaging, put it in there, put it up. Hi Charlie. So that's something that you can do right now to get ready for cold weather that I know we are going to have this year. All right. So let's talk about something. Let's talk about how many of you are aware that some companies just discontinue things. I have people coming in here all the time before Daddy bought this store, they carried a toilet bowl cleaner called Vanisol. Okay, Vanisol was a privately held company. I didn't like it that much. For one thing, the fumes were horrendous. And I always worried about the customers that bought that, especially if they were in a small bathroom with no ventilation and they do that. I mean, you can easily get overcome. The fumes were as bad, if not worse, than muriatic acid. But everybody raved. They said their toilet was clean. Okay, well, I believe that. All right. So, but then Lysol bought Vanisol and discontinued it because they didn't want the competition. So, let's talk about something else that is getting ready to be discontinued. Okay, long story short, you were wondering where was she going with that? I was going here. I was going with gel gloss. Okay, gel gloss has been a product. I'm showing everybody on Facebook. I think this has to be the last bottle in the state of Texas. It's called the original gel gloss, and it was perfect for laminates. So a million years ago, what did we all have on our countertops? We had laminate. Well, Formica, everybody called it Formica, whether it was made by Formica or not. They're laminates. And so you would use that to clean your laminate because it would not scratch it, and it would also take off hard water stains, which are very hard to remove. But then we also, when we started using so much man-made marble, and we called it cultured marble, okay, gel gloss was great for that because it didn't scratch, it didn't etch, it just cleaned and provided a soft glow. That was really good stuff. But tell it goodbye. All right, so what do we have instead? Because there's nothing worse than losing a product like gel gloss and then not being able to provide your customer with what they need. And because I'm not big on just saying they're out. They don't do that anymore. There's too many things out on the market. You just have to be aware of them. And this is one of them. They call this Bring It On. I don't know why they call it Bring It On. Underneath it says remove tough water spots, and it's got oxygenated bleach in it. And it is about the same consistency as gel gloss. And so it is non-scratching, it will not etch, and it's completely safe on man-made marble or cultured marble. You can use it on glass. Now let me tell you, how many of y'all have a hot tub or a spa? And especially like your hot tubs on the outside, you have to make sure that the chemical is just right, because if it's not, it'll leave a hard water stain all around that. And then, these hot tubs are made out of an acrylic that is very hard to clean without scratching it. So what do you use? Bring It On. Bring It On. You can use it on your outdoor tub and things like that. If you have a whirlpool tub inside the house, Bring It On is great for that also. Okay, and it's this will be your replacement for gel gloss. For those of you that love gel gloss, there's at least a product called Bring It On that you can use instead. Okay, now I want to tell you about it's called, how many of y'all, it drives you nuts if you can't clean something. I have some customers in here, and I love them to death because they will buy every cleaning thing that I have. And so when I found the garbage disposal brush, I knew I would make them happy. A garbage disposal brush is designed to clean the inside surfaces of a garbage disposal. So how many of you put your nose down by the garbage disposal? Okay, go ahead, raise your hands, those of you that are doing that. Yeah. And you can smell something. Probably not a lot of people can smell it, but you've got a sensitive nose. And so you don't like any smells in your house unless you put them there, right? Like a candle. So garbage disposal brush, I'm going to show everybody on Facebook right now, is made by Danco. And it is, you take off the stopper, you put this brush down in there, there is a little lid, okay? And you can put soap down in that little, I'm going to call it a well, okay? Then you can turn the water on, hi Kenneth, and then you can turn the handle on the top and clean out your garbage disposal for all that stuff that kind of clings to the side. And let me tell you, I know I teased and said some of our customers, some of them, they're very fastidious about cleaning. But let me tell you why they're not off base too much about that. All that stuff that grows on the side of the garbage disposal and down your pipes and things like that, that harbors this stuff, and you get fruit flies. I know a lot of people say, I've got fruit flies and I don't even have any fruit in the house. Well, that's because it's not always from fruit. I'm not saying it can't come from fruit, but it comes from all that stuff that's on the sides of your drains and things like that. And fruit flies, I forgot to bring this stuff up, but let me tell you what it is. It's called Adios, okay? Green Gobbler used to make one, and they just called it a fruit fly killer, okay? And really what it is, it's citronella that will coat the side of the pipe, and that just kills fruit flies. It's just a natural thing that will kill fruit flies. But fruit flies and sewer flies and gnats and all those things that grow from that stuff, they're sneaky. Yep, they're real sneaky. They will go in one drain, and if you treat one drain, well, they just go to another drain. They just follow your pipes like a highway on IH10 and go to another one. And then all of a sudden you notice them in the bathroom, and you, wait, how did they come in the bathroom? And so when you treat your drains, okay, then with the Adios, or if you find Green Gobbler, that will work just as good. It's just more expensive. And Adios, I have made from a company here in Texas, a chemical company that I like to use, and I had them make it, and it's about $3 cheaper. So I'm big on saving money when I can. And you treat every drain, okay? You put some down the kitchen drains, you put in the bathroom drain, in the tub drain. You don't have to worry about the toilet because they can't come up through the water, okay? And then you treat all of them, and you cover up the drains so they can't get out, and you leave it overnight. And the next morning, you just rinse out, you just run water through your drain, and it's fine. Absolutely fine, and it will kill them. So, just wanted to let you know about that. How many of you know that this is the last weekend of our stain sale? Yes, the one made by Duckback. I put it all on sale. I put it 20% off. It is half the cost of Cabot Stain right now. So even if you weren't ready to stain a deck or stain your fence, go ahead and grab it right now. And if you say, you know, I've never heard of Duckback Stain and Sealer, okay? The stain and sealer, that's just what they call it. That makes people think that it's something besides just what it is, which is a stain. And a stain is what, hi Candace, is what gives your fence and your deck protection, okay? A lot of people, they say, well, I like the way it looks gray. That's fine. You can like the way it looks gray, but that means that it's the wood is failing is what it's doing. So if you put a stain on it, it helps feed the wood and it keeps it from drying out. Well, Duckback, okay, because we always talk about oil-based stains for outside. And usually up to this point, I would have said, hands down, you're not talking me into a latex stain. Latex is made for paint. And then I started thinking, if it's good for paint, why wouldn't it be good for stain? I mean, how hard is that? I mean, why do we use latex on the outside of the house? So, because your house moves, right? Your wood moves and it breathes and it expands and it contracts. And so what do we want on it? We want an acrylic latex, because acrylic latex move. We had this deal one time when we took Coronado paint, because we grew up on Coronado paint, Negley Paint Company, look it up sometimes. And we painted it on the glass, we broke the glass, and then we would stretch the paint and let it go. And you know what it would do? It would go right back to the same place that it had been. It didn't stay stretched out, it would go right back. And that's what it does on your house. on your wood. So why wouldn't you want a latex stain? Why wouldn't you want something that is going to move with your wood? And this latex stain that's duck back, okay, it acts like an oil, okay? And in what way is that, Trudy? That means it has time to go into the wood. See, that's been the problem with latex stains. They would dry so quick, they would just be flat on the surface, and that's it. They wouldn't go into the wood. Well, duckback has got it to where it cures slower, so it has a chance to act like an oil. It just is acting. It's not really an oil. Because you can clean up with soap and water. Is that amazing? You can put it on with a pump-up sprayer. You can roll it on with a roller. You can use a stain pad to put it on. You can use a brush if you really want to go to that much trouble. But I'm telling you, this is the last weekend, and then we have 2 more days to for this sale. And if you miss out on this sale, you're missing out on saving money. And that's what we're all about, right? Saving money. All right. Let me tell you one more thing. No, I'm not going to tell you one more thing. But those of you that are watching on Facebook, we're going another about 30 minutes, okay? And so if you have questions, go ahead and start putting them out there. We're giving gifts for everybody that puts a question out there. All right, that's it for this week, folks. Go ahead and thank WOAI for giving me a heads up that I had a show today, because that's why you're getting to hear. All right, that's it for this week. Roll up your sleeves and get busy on some of these projects we've been talking about. But by all means, you remember one thing. It will always be a great day to paint. See you next week. Thank you. Okay, guys. Now the headphones are off. I'm going to turn off the microphone and turn off the computer. And it's just you guys and me. And we're going to talk a little bit longer. And Bonnie, that's so sweet. You're welcome about the knowledge. It's something that I really enjoy doing. I think it is all a part of me being really a teacher. And I love teaching people how to save money on taking care of their house. And thanks, Ken. And so that's what I love doing. I love showing people how they can easily take care of their house. All right, so you know that tiny bit of rain that we had, it just lasted I don't know, 15 minutes. Well, it was 15 minutes enough for the ants. So how many of you have fire ants in the yard right now? You know those kind. They're the kind that, okay, one time, I have these great stories between me and my dad, and this is one of them. It was my first house I had ever bought, and it was back then when I didn't have to work weekends, and we had maybe 2 lumber yards, and so I was working at my house, and I was in the front yard, and I was doing all kinds of things, and all of a sudden I felt something on my leg. So I looked down, and my legs, I'm not kidding you, were covered from my toes to my knee almost in fire ants. But I had not been stung yet, okay? Well, I don't think, somebody should say, don't get excited when that happens. Well, I got excited, and before I could get over to the garden hose, I had a bunch of fire ant stings. And then my dad says, yeah, that's what they do. They they call an alarm, and then they all start biting at one time. So this is a clue for you. If you ever step into some fire ants, don't get excited. Calmly walk over to the water and rinse them off, and then you won't get stung. All right, so, but what do you do for the ones in the yard? Amdro. Yeah. Amdro makes fire ant killer This is a really good, this small, and somebody told me there's nothing inside of it. No, it's just very light powdered product. And you just put it around the mound. And of course the ants take it down to the queen. When the queen eats, she's dead. And then when she dies, everybody else goes with her. It's all a big happy family. So you want to use Amdro, okay? Now, what if you don't like to use things that have a chemical in them? Maybe you have dogs in the backyard or cats or children, and you just don't want to use that. Huh, we got a plan B for you. All right, plan B is Nature's Creation Fire Ant Killer Mound Drench. And it works the same way. You just pour it in on the mound, they take it down, it kills the queen, and then that's the end of the mound. And you want to do it while the mounds are small, okay? It's just get right on it. So if you have fire ants, Amdro, or Nature's Creation Fire Ant Mound Drench. Let me tell you real quick, I forgot to say it while I was on the radio. We have 2 events coming up in November. You do not want to miss them. They are so good. The first one is the week before Thanksgiving. How many of you come into the store and you're a part of Best Rewards, or you're on our email list? If you're on our email list, you will get notification at the first of the month about the 2 events that we're going to have this month. You'll also get a coupon. I don't see any reason not to sign up for our email. We send maybe 2 out a month. That's all we have time for. And there will be a coupon. If you ever walk into the shop and you think, man, I really would like to have that, but that's just not in my budget, we get a coupon out. Use your coupon. And so the first event that we have is the week before Thanksgiving. And it's called, used to be called it Ladies Night. Now we just call it a ladies event. The Ladies Night got to be unbelievably large. For those of you that know the strip center, the women would be lined up all the way to La Michoacana, which is almost to the end of the strip center before we were getting in. And so we decided, because that was hard for a lot of ladies, and to be so crowded in here, they would have to wait a long time. So we do it for 3 days. We do it Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 3 to 6:30. It is a wonderful event. Bonnie, you have to come. The first people in line every day, everybody gets a gift bag, but the first 15 or so get a gift bag with gifts inside. You don't want to miss that. You really don't. It's really good stuff. And then, if that's not enough, everything in the gift shop is 20% off. 20% off. So if you were in here and you wanted a wind chime, it's 20% off. If you were in here and you wanted to buy a couple of purses, they're 20% off. It's great. Yes, woohoo is right, Bonnie. And then all the Christmas is 50 off. 50 off for 3 hours for 3 days. It is an unbelievable event. And then the whole time we're drinking champagne, having snacks. It's just a fun time for all. All right, then the next week, which is Thanksgiving, I don't think I need this microphone in front anymore. The next week, which is Thanksgiving, you know how people have Black Friday events and stuff like that? Okay, well, we don't like to call it Black Friday. To me, that just doesn't sound like fun. But we have Stocking Stuffer Weekend. Stocking Stuffer Weekend, we put out all this stuff in the gift shop that we have not put out before. And it's all special pricing, and it's great for stocking stuffers. So you don't want to miss out on either one of those events. So when you come into the store next time, sign up for our emails or call the store, 210-341-1573, and ask about it. So we got in our new Christmas Tyler. We got in 3 new Christmas fragrances. One is called, okay, this smells really good, A Christmas Tradition. okay? And it's just your beautiful red color. It's your just normal, what you think of as a Christmas fragrance. And then we have a white one, and this one's called Winter Wonderland. These are all Tyler, okay? Very made in Texas, Tyler, Texas. Okay, this one kind of smells like the tree. This smells so nice. Okay, and then the last one that we have is called Frosted Pomegranate. Okay, Frosted Pomegranate is my sister's favorite. I get her stuff and she burns it all year long. This smells really good and the color is absolutely beautiful. So we've got 3 sizes in there, and I think we also have melts, but don't quote me on that. And so that's all new for us. Okay, since I didn't get a chance to talk about something, I want to show y'all something, okay? I don't talk about this very often because there's some things that I talk about in San Antonio, and if you didn't know, I write an article. It's not like I started it, I just continue my dad's, in Houston. And in fact, we're in over 550,000 homes in Houston. And a lot of times I talk about and write about different stuff for my customers in Houston than we do in San Antonio. It's just, they have different wants and needs than we do here. All right, but I want y'all to know about this. This is the coolest thing. It's called a sleek socket, okay? A sleek socket. It is basically, it gives you a flat surface to plug into. How does it do that? It has a cord attached to the bottom of it. There's 3 different ones. This one has an 8-foot cord. So why would you use this? How many of you have sofas and you like to push them flush against the wall, okay? And if your electrical is back there, then you know it really is a fire hazard to constantly bend your plugs. Or the only ones that I have seen that even get close to this stick out about 1.5 inches, okay? That's about as flush as you're gonna get into sleek sockets. These sleek sockets, guess where they're made? In Texas. They are amazing. When I found out about this, a lot of times some of my favorite things are things that I need to use in my house. So if you see me get really excited about something, like super excited, like this, it's because I needed one in my house. Now I have 3 of them. Now, so besides your sofa, where else would you use this? Okay, I want you all to do a visual right now, okay? And look what goes on in your kitchen. When you look back, you've got your toaster, you've got maybe a little oven, a tabletop oven, you have your coffee maker, you have maybe, I don't know, what do other people have on their counter? Lamps, things like that. And those plugs, everybody can see everything, okay? All these cords going into them. And does it look good? I mean, most of you have beautiful backsplash. I'm the only one that doesn't have a beautiful backsplash. I have a can opener. Yes, Bonnie. I'm the only one that doesn't have a beautiful backsplash. I just haven't had the time to pick out something and get it done, but I'll do that one day. Anyway, so these sleek sockets, okay, you plug in. And so all you see is a flat surface. And then the cord runs down, and they give you everything you need for this. They give you the tape, and you just run that straight down and then leave this part to sit behind your appliances. And you don't see anything but a nice, sleek socket. It's amazing. Use it behind furniture, use it in the kitchen, use it behind your TV. They are so good. And the reason the people in Houston went bananas over it is because it's made in Houston, okay? They're made in Houston. And so there is 3 different sizes, okay? And think how great this would be for your Christmas tree. So you wouldn't see all those plugs, okay? They make a 3-foot cord like this, okay? 3 foot. This is an 8-foot. And then they really got on the ball. This one's a surge protector. So you can plug your computer into it. You can plug your TV into it. You can plug anything that you don't want to take a chance that we might get a surge and you would lose your equipment. But just take a look. It's on aisle 15. I absolutely love these things. I think you would like them too. I don't see why they couldn't be a good gift. They're ultra thin wall hugging plug. Okay? Sleek sockets. I wanted y'all to know about that. All right. Do you ever have a clogged toilet? And it never happens at a good time, right? It'll happen. When does it happen? Y'all tell me. It happens when you have guests and all of a sudden the toilet is not working. That's never a good scenario. Or it's in the middle of the night, or it's on the weekend. And calling a plumber on the weekend, it's expensive, okay? Even the plumber that likes me a whole lot, he charges, he doesn't want to hear from me on the weekend, so I never do. Okay, so what can you use to unclog your toilet? See this product? Clean Line. And I almost have to use 2 hands to hold it. I mean, I guess I can hold it with 1 hand. But why is it so heavy? This product will save you from having to call a plumber. It will open up anything in your toilet except plastic. So, I mean, that's obvious, right? Because it's in a plastic bottle. But you put 1/3 of the bottle in, and we've been out for a little while, and that's why I haven't been able to talk about it. You put 1/3 of the bottle in, and you flush your toilet. Now, it's real important to flush the toilet, because if you just, yes, it is, Bonnie, it is septic safe. If you don't flush the toilet and get it down into the line, it doesn't do any good. And so if you just leave it in the bowl, if you try to flush your toilet and your toilet doesn't flush, then that's not going to work. So what do you have to do? You have to get, as Dad used to call it, a plumber's helper. I call it a plunger. You have to get a plunger and get it down in the line. And it's so concentrated, lots of times as soon as you get it down into the line, it opens up immediately, okay? But here's how: 1/3 of the bottle, flush, leave it alone for an hour, okay? And then when you leave it alone for an hour, it starts cleaning everything out. Toilet paper, debris, organic matter, all of that. Anything but plastic. So if somebody has flushed a rubber ducky down your toilet, now you have to call the plumber. Now, but I'll tell you a story, because my life is full of stories. I was looking out on Pinterest. I don't do that too much anymore. Pinterest is not what it used to be. So they said if you use a magic eraser and put it in the toilet, it would clean your toilet. Okay, well, let me try that. That doesn't work. It doesn't even get close to working. But what is a magic eraser made out of? Plastic. All right. So I put it down in a toilet. The next morning I got up, I looked, toilet wasn't clean. So I immediately flushed it. And immediately when I hit it, I realized I had made a mistake. The toilet immediately stopped up and I was in trouble. Luckily for me, it was just a powder room downstairs and I could tell everybody, you have to go upstairs. Well, I used a whole bottle of this like in a week and a half, and finally it moved that magic eraser far enough down the line to where it could go. So that's what I'm saying, that it just won't do anything for plastic. Okay. All right, let's see, what time is it? Okay, I got about 5 more minutes. Okay, how many of you have brick houses? Okay, and maybe you have a sprinkler system, and when it sprinkles, it hits part of the house, or maybe it hits part of some brick decorative work, okay, where you maybe have flowers and stuff like that. And in San Antonio, the water is very hard. And so what does it leave on your brick? It leaves a hard water stain, just like it leaves in your toilet, just like it leaves on your stainless steel. I mean, San Antonio water, it leaves a hard water stain. We're on limestone. So they say it's better for us. Probably would have been better if they hadn't put all that other stuff in there. But, okay, so how do you get the hard water stains off? Okay, it used to be that the only way to get it off was muriatic acid and a steel brush. And it was a big deal because it did not come off real easily. It was a big, you had to keep water running all the time because muriatic acid has terrible fumes and it burns on contact. So, but this product is called Acid Magic. I keep showing this to y'all. Acid Magic. Okay, so what is different about Acid Magic? Acid Magic is a muriatic acid in every sense of the, it's everything about it is a muriatic acid, but it's buffered. So what does buffered mean when it comes to muriatic acid? It means that there's 90% less fumes. So you really don't smell it very much. You're outside, you can't smell it. And it does not burn on contact. I mean, that's why we always had to have water running next to whenever we're working with muriatic acid. Because if it got on you, it burned that quick. And it was a harsh burn, okay? But this Acid Magic, it doesn't burn on contact. In fact, I tried. I put some on my hand. And what it does is it starts to tingle. So I'm not suggesting that you do that, but I just wanted to let you know that I did try it and it does not burn on contact. And so what you do, if you're cleaning your brick, okay, from hard water, you want to wet the brick, okay, and then you're gonna spray on the Acid Magic. Okay, you just can put a sprayer on the top of it. I sell all kinds of sprayers, so. And then it's gonna foam up immediately. Then you take a plastic bristle brush and you scrub. And it comes off real easy. I'm gonna sneeze in just a second, guys. And then you wet it down again. And then, okay, never done that on the air. And then you let it dry, okay? And if you come back the next day when the brick is completely dry and you still see a little bit of a shadow, then just do it again. But everything I have ever worked on, thank you. Everything I have ever done, I've never had to do it twice. I did a demo one time. We were doing a TV show and I showed them how to take off the hard water off of red brick. Red brick is really hard to get it off of. And we did it live and on the air and it came off just like that. Just real simple. And it's Acid Magic. So what will, I mean, a lot of people come in and they want to put it in their toilet. Of course, you could put this in your toilet, but it's going to dilute it a lot. And this is a pricier product. I have other things that are great for your toilet and not this. However, this is really good. Like if you have a swimming pool and you have hard water stains on the tile around the pool, this Acid Magic is really good because you have to get so close when you're cleaning. You want something that is not gonna bother your eyes or your skin. And you don't have to worry about if this gets in the pool. It'll all be fine, okay? All right, so let me tell you where we're located again. You guys are so great to listen to what I have to say. I would love it if you would share this with your friends, okay? And then, or if you want to come by the store, or if you just want to call me. I noticed that someone who's from Austin up the way, and so if you just want to call, it's 210-341-1573. If you have a question, if you have a question about a product, or if you have a question about something that I haven't ever talked about and you just want to know if there's an answer for it, call me. It doesn't have to be something that you got from me. We want to try to find it close to you so you can save some money, okay? That's it for this week. You roll up your sleeves, get busy on these projects, make your house look good for Thanksgiving coming up, and you take care. Thanks for listening. Bye.